Hey guys, welcome back to Itsnotjunktv. I really appreciate you stopping by today because I've got something that I've been dying to dig into and have been waiting for you to come on back. So let me get everything set up here. When we come back, let's dig through this, I would probably say 1920s, 1930s trunk of watches and parts and pieces. I'm not even sure what's all in here. But when we come back, we're going to open this thing up, take a quick peek, start digging through. Alright, here we go. Now like I say, I didn't go through this a whole lot. When the guy brought it by, I kind of opened the top and flipped this back and seen her back there. That's some, looks like early 20s pinup kind of stuff. She's got some crazy blonde hair. But what I seen, just by flipping up the top, looks like we got some bunch of cases, dials, pieces of movements. Looks like some crystals. But I think what we're going to do is pull everything back, set up this other camera here, and start pulling everything out piece by piece and see what we find in here. Alright, I think the best way to go about this so we can everybody gets a good shot of what I'm pulling out. It's possibly that right there. Anything that I see that I think should be really spotlighted, we'll take and throw on the other camera. There's some little bends here. And I'm going to try to sort some of this out as I go, so I just don't put it right back in this box and stow it away, because that's what will happen. And it'll sit in my storage for another 30 years. So the story is, the guy I got this from, he had stopped back during my yard sale. We had a town-wide yard sale, I think it's a couple weekends ago now, and he said something about having a trunk of watches that his mother-in-law's father had, and they had come out of his house, and then they had put it in her basement, and it sat there for 20-30 years, and then he said it had been in his basement. She'd given it to him, and it had been in his basement for another at least 15 years. So who knows how long. I know the trunk itself is probably 20 to 30s. Some of the cigar boxes in it is kind of dated to that. But I think what we're going to do is just start pulling out boxes. If you hadn't realized, that's just a shelf. This whole bottom of this is full too, so it's hard telling what we're going to find in here. Let's start with this one. Got a 3-cent stamp on it, so that kind of tells you the time frame we're dealing with. Just an empty envelope. It appears to be crystals. That's all that's in here, just different sizes. Looks to be a lot of women's sizes. A lot of rounds. They're all wristwatches. I think I'm going to leave that one right in its box. And push that one out there. There's a AMC travel pocket, or alarm clock. That's probably 50s, so that tells me that West Germany, so it's post-war. So yeah, probably 50s. So different things have been added to this box. It's definitely not been in a basement since the 20s. Another little dial, couple dials, standard, and some gears. Looks like some winding ratchets and stuff like that. Some hands, just miscellaneous, and a couple dials. I think we'll keep them dials out of there. Put them little screws away. Let's see. Alright, let's see if we bring these in just a little bit more. See if he. Probably. There we go. That might be better. Might help you see a little bit better. Alright. And then here, some trash. It looks like a couple pocket watch pieces of movements. Capital dial, part of a movement. See, these are marked. I don't see anything on them but trans-Pacific. And I know during the 70s, 60s and 70s, there was a resurgence for pocket watches, railroad pocket watches, and I know the Swiss made a bunch. They were semi-well made. And I believe that's what they mark, because they're just marked trans-Pacific. No watchmaker, and it says Swiss on the bottom. So yeah, I would imagine that's probably what that is. Might end up adding to that as we go along here. I don't know what that says. Couple little movements. That's a Waltham. Looks like a 0 size pocket watch. And that's an American Waltham, so both of those are just pieces of Waltham movements. It's American Waltham. It was a Royal. I wonder if that goes to that. Nope. Ain't that one. Not the bridge plate for that one. So, again, more just randomness. We'll put that over there. And so this is crown taps. And that's what it is. Those could come in handy. And that's what it is, a set of 6 taps for for your crowns, your winding crown. That's pretty cool. That little dials went totally black. You can see it on there. It's an Elgin. That one is totally cooked for some reason. Alright. Another Waltham. Bad balance on that movement. It's a Waltham. So I'm seeing a theme here. There's a lot of Waltham. That's a little earlier. You can tell by the probably having trouble seeing it. Another Waltham. Nice dial on that one though. Balance may be okay on that one. Another bridge plate for an Elgin. Balance may be good on that one. That one is I think that's just a Waltham. Yep, another little Waltham. And that one is nothing. Unmarked. Unmarked Swiss, just this Swiss. There's a lot of those you'll find that they were imported. They would have had another, more than likely would have had a jeweler's name or something on them. But I get them as parts like that, so I think we'll save that off to the side. That'll get combined with some others that I see in here. Alright. There's another 3-cent Chicago stamp. That's kind of cool. Ah, more dials. Yes, Elgin. Unmarked. I mean, there's some good ones in here. There's some good porcelain dials that are clean. Crown. Century. Some random plates. Century. Can't make that one out. Origin. Alright, so again, just looks like random parts. A few good dials that I'll pull out of that batch. The real clean ones I'll save, and they'll probably go out on eBay into lots. This is a Keystone pocket watch, or part of one. Yep, this is bits and pieces. Cool little St. Regis pocket watch box. It's the new thin model. I'm pretty sure that was considered a dollar watch, the St. Regis. If anything, I'll save the box. I probably got one of them sitting somewhere. And it's cool to have the original boxes with them, I think. Here's another one. The E&A Bright Watch Company. Oh, here we go. That's a little better. Well, maybe not. It's an Elgin. Looks like most of it here, but it looks like water got to it is what it would appear. Everything's kind of crusty. Safety pinion. It's the same model watch. It's just must have been some parts he thought one day he was going to work on. When I first seen, like I say, I kind of popped the top and looked in here, and it kind of appeared to me somebody cleaned off a bench, and this was what was on the workbench when they cleaned it off, and they stuck it in his trunk. Because it seems like a lot of projects, pieces, stuff somebody was starting. Alright, here's some wristwatch movements. Finally, I thought I spotted a few in here. Let's see what we got there. It's crusty, whatever it is. No, can't. Unmarked. Looks just like random movements. Another generic unmarked dial. There's a little Hamden dial. Nothing crazy. Still in good shape though. And the feet, they've got their feet on. That's kind of World War I with that 12 red, or red 12. Let's say that backwards. Yeah, that one's kind of cool. It's missing a foot. I'm not seeing nothing crazy. No crazy names. You know, because even parts like these, just pieces of the right brand and the right name, are worth money nowadays, so you're always looking for, it's just a whole, just random is all I see there. I think that's what was in that one, just random parts. Put that over there for now. The little boxes on some of this stuff, because it's all sent from watch suppliers. It's kind of neat. Back here. Now, let's get this first cigar box out here. The first bigger one. That's kind of cool. It says they're mainsprings for a Model B standard watch company. And by the way the package feels, that's exactly what it is. Bunch of brand new mainsprings. That's pretty cool. I like that stuff. That's stuff that could be handy. Alright. It's a Rockford. No balance, of course. Typical, that's what you find. Most of the time the balance has been broke. They drop them. And a lot of guys wouldn't fix them. They replaced them. They're just standard. I don't think they're anything of... Yeah, see, it's just a little 6 jewel movement. Little Elgin dial, not in the greatest shape. Random movement. American, so pre-Waltham. It's probably late 1800s movement. Oh. It appears there's a dial for a jump hour in here. For the seconds, had a wheel on it, so it kind of looked digital. It was what they considered the first digital's true, or mechanical digital. That. Can't make that out. It's unmarked on the dial, so it's earlier. Busted up dial. Got a patent date of March of 1894 on it. So that's some earlier stuff. I'm not seeing nothing in here too crazy. Normal. I don't even know. Warren. There's some of these brands I've been playing with watches for a long time, and I have never heard of them before. Normal, never heard of that one. Consummate. Yeah, can't say I've ever heard of that one either. And that's like a 10 jewel. Can't say I've ever seen a 10 jewel before. You guys, have anybody out there knows anything about the Normal watch company, why don't you drop it in the comments below and let me know what info you have, because I can't say I've ever heard of them. I don't even want to say what I believe that one says. I'll have to get a loop and see what... Because that name looks like it could be offensive. Tremont. That's an early one. That's made out of Boston. I've never heard of that. See, that's the reason I think this box, some of this stuff in this box was lower on the bench when they cleaned it off. That's some more of that. North Shore. Never heard of that one. Never heard of it. Unmarked completely on that one. Set that out there. There's a nice dial. New York Standard Watch Company. It's got a crack in it, but it's still could be good for somebody that's got one that's totally destroyed. There's an Elgin. It's got a decent dial. More just random bridge plates for pocket watches. There's an Elgin. Shame it's kind of cracked on the side. Standard. Another standard movement. Theme I'm seeing here is Atlas. Atlas watch company. That's USA. Never heard of that one. Down here in this little box, I pulled this one out to the side. These are one is a standard. There's another standard. And these look like they would have been them little wire lobe cases like a trench watch. They got the red 12 on them. Maybe he was gonna, whoever, I keep saying he, but whoever this was gonna put some stuff back together. Early wall thumb. Wall thumb. Demi Hunter front case bezel. Be nice if that was in here. I kind of like that for some reason. Unmarked case. Wall thumb. Yeah. National. That one's in decent shape. The dials and stuff though get put into a lot. The ones that's got their feet and everything. But again, nothing phenomenal in there. Check and make sure. Check and make sure. Mic checking here. I finally upgraded my audio, and hopefully you guys have noticed, and there's no humming or noise or anything like that in the background to drive everybody nuts. I've been searching and searching trying to figure out this audio thing, and I think maybe we might have it now, so we'll see. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. And there's a couple watch parts in here, but mainly what this one is, it looks like tubes. Radio tubes. And some of these can be good. If you look for the ones that are used in amps and stuff like guitar players and whatnot use, some of those have some value, so you don't ever just brush off when you find these. I don't see none of the larger ones. These are all smaller, but they all got numbers and they all can be searched, so that may end up a couple more floating around in here. Somebody was keeping track of them. Keeping track of them for some reason. We'll set them over there since they're not watch related. There's a Principal. Can't ever say I've ever heard of that one. Columbia. And that's a decent dial there. That one's clean. Clean with no cracks. There's a bad balance out of something. Surprise. Alright. Couple more of them. Alright. Some oldie King Edward. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. In here. I don't think most of it, well, I don't think most of this is watch parts. There's some tubes and there's part of a balance. I don't think it's any good, but we'll get it out of here. Actually, what some of this is, it appears to be old gun parts. There's the bolt Appears to be a 22 bolt out of something. I'm not sure. That's a spring. These are for slings, for rifles. It just looks like random junk. The bolt's kind of cool. It could go to something. Looks like a spring of a gun. Just randomness. Alright. We'll do one more here. And it appears to be more of the same. There's a Westclox box. That's kind of cool. Wonder what's that. Oh. Little movements. Pieces. Hey, somebody took every movement in this thing apart. What we got? Any brands? That'll be nice to find. Nope, I'm not seeing nothing insane, no good high-end brands, nothing we can possibly get rid of parts from. There's a dial I would say was from that one. And yep, don't see anything phenomenal there. Little wooden level. That's kind of cool. And these things come in handy. They're just standard. Bad balance on it. But these gauges that these crystal companies would give out so you could measure the watch real quick and determine what crystal you needed. I keep these, every one of them I find, because they're handy. There's some kind of something. There's some kind of something. Some kind of tool. I'm not sure what that does. Cut off wheels. Some sanding sticks. Micrometer. Is it anything decent? USA? Yeah, general. So, that's USA made. That's okay. Not sure what that's for. A little sharpness stone. Alright. So, again, just some sort of random stuff from somebody's bench. And these were La Fendrich. Move on to the next one. I'm going to move this right along because, again, I'm not expecting to find, you know, a paddock or anything like that in here, but you never know. There's an option. Big old pocket watch movement. Just a 7 jewel, so nothing phenomenal. But the box that it's in, you had that dollar watch, that Biltmore dollar pocket watch from that time. So the boxes themselves have value to me. I think they're neat to have, and if you've got the watch to put on them. Let's see. There's all kinds of these little postcards. They used to send all kinds of things. Corn seed sower. Made for sowing clover, flax, so he was hay. Must have been a farmer. Alright. Let's combine all these movements. Imperial, made by Buren. Now, Buren I've heard before. I've seen that brand before. Dial off some random parts. I don't see nothing. Nothing to write home about in here. But all the little brass and stuff, I'll get it. It's in that box. I'll have to check them out because some of those are considered extremely collectible. I'm not sure how much collectible they are. Alright, well now you should notice a difference because I may have messed up. Alright, start condensing some of this down a little bit because I would like to eliminate the trunk if possible. There's another one. Box from Ingraham Watch Company. And there's a piece of a watch in it. Springfield, Mass. I think it's a Waltham, more than likely. American Watch Company. Yep. Nope, it was a Hampton. It's a nice tile. Got one little crack in it. But a cool, again, sales box. That's kind of neat. Violet incense from Japan. What it says. And inside is a watch. What is it? A Hampton. The balance is bad, huh? It says a Molly Stark. Canton, Ohio. Never heard of that one. Not the movement name. Put that back over there. Shove that one down there. Some big lever set. Size 18 piece of a movement. I've got some of these. These are movement holders. Nothing in them. These are meant like a salesman sample, or they would ship movements in them. They're kind of handy to have. There's something in this one. There's an Elgin movement in that one. Is it worth? Nope. Balance fell out in my hand. Balance completely broke in half on it. But it's a really nice dial. This is the plate. One of them dollar watch to make it look like a train watch, but it's not. Big steel ring, that's for, that holds clock spring in place. There's another one of them, that's what they ship them with, if you ever find them in clock stuff. I think that's birch gown. I don't remember what that tool is called. If you guys remember, drop it in the comments below. It's totally slipping my mind right now. And if you ain't took the time to hit like and subscribe, please take a moment and do that for me. It really helps me out, lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And it tells YouTube that it's worth having me on here. So, if you would, be sure to hit that thumbs up button too so you get notified when I put out new videos, because I swear one day we'll get back to the welding video. I'm still working on the Hobart. I've got some things that I want to do to it. But I haven't got back to it yet. I've been busy, so. And then I bought a big trunk of watch stuff and I had to do this first, so. That's kind of interesting. I think the base of that may be silver. It looks like it may be. Probably not though. I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe the way everything's kind of shuffled, this may have been sorted through before, even more recent than I thought it was. But that's okay. It's still fun. Keebler Clock Company. I've had these before. There's two little birds that kind of rock back and forth. Well, I ought to put it up there where you can see it. Two little birds that kind of rock back and forth and make out the seconds. That one's missing one of the little birds, it looks like. I have to check it out and see if I can get it to, see if I can find that little bird in here somewhere. It's a big silveroid case. Kind of rough, but it's got the coin edge around the crystal. Lever set. That could come in handy for another movement that I have. I don't mind getting bare cases, so put that in that box. There's another one of those. Is it Keebler? Yeah, Keebler made a lot of these. This one's got a pug dog on it, it looks like. This one may run. This one's actually got its key and everything with it. Looks like it's been in a fire or something. It's got the little pug dog on the top there. Something else to check out at another time. Let's see, where's that? Oh, it's a bag of quartz clock replacement movements. There's some hands, some pendulums, numerals. That's for somebody wanting to ruin an old clock with putting a quartz movement in it. Oh. There's a Big Ben. Kids. Not bad shape. But does it work? It appears to be running. Crystal's kind of face kind of pushed off to one side, but I think that could be fixed easily. Oop. Empty box. They got me. Oh. More junk. What we got here? I did see this one when I popped it up, and what's neat is this is a, if you've ever heard of Head On, they make, made flowery poles back in the day. And this is an old Head On bait box that I bought. One of his artificial baits would have came in. So the box is really cool. And inside, New York, what is it? A New York watch company. Just another piece of a pocket watch. Put all that in there. Random dial. That can go in there. Some kind of thread. Nothing. This little bag. Just a tiny little dial that was saved in there for some reason. And some very rusty parts. Put that in there, get rid of that. And the last thing in this top, I think. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. A whole nother box here. Let me get that one I want to save, because I think that's probably 40s or 50s. I think that kind of stuff is neat for some reason. The fact that paper has lasted so long. Alright. What do we got in here? Columbia. Ingersoll. Big old Waltham. This is a piece. A dangerous clock spring that could let go any minute. Decent Waltham dial. No cracks or damage to it, it don't appear. Can't read that one, gonna try. More pieces. There's another one of them. Don't go to that. Another one of them, part of a movement holder. What's in there? Century. Doing that one for now. Ingersoll. Columbia. Century. That looks like it might have a decent balance on it. Some pieces of wristwatch bands. Haven't found a whole lot of wristwatches yet. It's been mainly pocket watch stuff. Which I like pocket watches, but not near as much as I do wristwatches. I was hoping there was a cool one in here to add to my collection. Good thing is, there's a whole nother layer here, so there's still a chance. Random dial, some random parts, random hand. Alright, what's in there? It says it's an improved Presto hand remover. Is that what's in there? Actually, it is. I'm surprised by that. Really? Oh. Might have to take a look at that one in a separate little short video. Because I can't say I've ever seen one of those. It's US made. Gustafsson. Yeah, that one may be a separate quick short just to take a look at it and see what it is and see how it works. Like I said before, there is a lot yet to see here. I'm going to go ahead and take the inner drawer out and look at that. Couple different layers there of just all cigar boxes full of stuff. I brought out another little container. Gonna have to clean some of the trash up. I think right there is good. Kind of what we got so far. This is mostly trash. It's an empty box. And the pieces. Drop that down there. Alright, well let's get started I guess. Like I say, I brought out another box so we could, or another container so I have somewhere to put these random movements because there's a bunch of them. I'm just going to drop them down there. Well, nothing left to do but to do it. No Deluxe Phillies box. I'll let you guys see it first. Alright. That says Duralite Moisture Proof Sanitary Optical. Some American Optical. Oh, surprise, surprise. We got more pocket watch pieces. Random movements. Can't make that out. Elgin, Elgin, Elgin. So it looks like just a bunch of Elgin pocket watches and pieces. And that one, I believe I'm going to leave it right in there and drop it into there. So something about could be a Valjo. I wish there was a Valjo movement in here. That would be nice. Nope, nothing in there. Little piece of walnut. Oh, I bet you that goes to this. Another one of these will sit over here. And then here would appear to be some sort of either tank or aeronautical. I have no clue what that is. Yeah. You know what that is, let me know. Not that you can see it that great, but it's maybe it goes, I think it's part of whatever this was here. No, it was a clock, but I think it was in for an airplane. Not sure. It looks like a dash clock for an airplane or something. I'll have to look deeper into it and see what it is, but that's what it looks like to me. That, no, not backwards. The balance is bad on it too. That all drops back in there. That would have been on there. That ring goes on there. Something like that. What's in there? Maybe the screws and whatnot to put this back together. There we go. It's starting to come off there. Would appear to be parts for this thing. I'll put it all back down in here, everything that was with it. If I can get this little lid to slide back on, that's where she'll stay. Stuff's dirty. Alright. Henry Strauss box, what's in there? See, buffering. When was the last time you've seen that? But what is in there? Nails. It appears this was what he was fixing. Somebody was fixing watch cases with. There's little scraps of woods and veneers, sandpapers, pencil with a cork on it, I don't know, empty bare buffering, that's the nails, yep. Pretty much this whole box is trash. Put that in that little box. That. Alright. Old candy box sampler thing. Ah, crystals. Crystals. Different rounds. Alright. Not too exciting, but still. Crystals, can always use them. I change them out from time to time. Those other crystals. Ooh, this one's heavy. Old Dutch Masters. It says baby bin, so that's probably what it is. And that's what it is. With the baby bin parts. Didn't know too many people took these apart or if they were worth it. But yeah, that's all they are. Baby bin parts. More than likely, scrap metal. Unless somebody out there wants them. Oh, that's really cool. Pull that camera in just a little more. Alright, check that out. That's for a little Ingersoll Yankee with a unique case. Of course, that's not what's in it. Just some randomness. It was for this watch, and it says that the mainspring and stuff is good, so they saved it. I'm gonna combine it, and I am gonna save that little box, because it's even got $1.50 printed right on it. That's what it costs. Brand new. That one's empty. Just an empty box. Floating down around here. American. Balance might be okay on that one. Yeah, I'll start filling that up. Couple dials. Stuff dropping out here. Balance off something with a little note. A piece of a case, gold plated it would appear. American watch. Now I know these were probably divided up. This might have been the parts to go with these watches, but I'm not going to spend the time to sit and try to figure them all out. What goes with what. There's a big old Illinois watch company. There's big old Illinois. No, I don't see. It's not anything spectacular, so we'll just put them back together. Drop that in there. Get rid of that box. And move on to the next one. Old Whitman's candy box. And alright. I see a first complete wristwatch in here. Garbage. There's a case, and if I had to guess, it's probably Timex. That's what it looks like. Watch it we put down here. Yep, there's a Timex back. There's another Timex case. Another Timex case. There's a Timex movement. All in one there. That's Timex as well. And this just a Waterbury. U.S. Time Waterbury. It's got a Waterbury movement in it for some reason. I don't think that's what goes in there. Yep, I'd say that's what went in there. Over there. That says Timex stems, and it is Timex pieces, some gaskets, rings. Put it back in there. Blank cartridge for some reason. Put that down there. Needles. For some reason you always find needles and watchmaker stuff. Timex stuff right in there. What do we got here? It says West Clocks, and that's what it is. Yep. Movement. This was the complete watch somebody's took apart. And I would say the balance is bad. Yep, it's gone. This one I'll probably leave together because it is. I think this is all for this watch. So, we'll leave that together. Some cool stuff in there, but nothing great. Sometimes you just gotta take it for face value. When it says Timex, that's what it's gonna be. Get that out of here. Here's the Dutch Masters. Wonder what's in here. Ah. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We got this one. This is the Mechanical Supply Company of Cranton, PA, Tesco, and inside it is a Cheshire Watch Company. Patented, bad balance, and missing the case. And then this is something for or is it something for hairsprings? Oh, and it's just watch parts. Waltham. Yep, looks like a Waltham somebody's took apart. Alright. Dirty. All this stuff's been sitting around a long time. There's the Dutch Masters box. We're back to it. Don't know that I want to particularly show that, even though it's old. There's a clock mainspring. This must be clock parts. So it looks like chimes, bells, a couple mainsprings, another chime. Wooden pulleys of some sort. Who knows? It is what it is. Nothing for that. Fantastical. There's another Dutch Masters. It's like more clock parts. Some hands. String. Big old brass gears. More big old brass gears. Don't know what they're out of, but they're wired together. So nothing that intrigues me, so we'll move on. Looks like an old one. More garbage. That looks like an old one. Wonder what we got in there. Oh! More crystals. Just another big pile of crystals and more crystals. Alright. Clean up some of these little miscellaneous parts while I see them. Alright, here's a Lily and Russell. I don't know what's going to be in it, but phew, it's dirty. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got in here. I would assume it's some kind of early electric clock movement. Got cloth covered wire and big old switch here that I don't have any clue as to what it does. Don't see no names on it. It definitely had electric, because them's definitely wires. Just cloth covered. Let's put that over there. And from the look of this, it would appear to be the dollar watches. Seems like every one of these I ever clean up or end up with these part slots from a watchmaker's estate. Somebody always tried to work on these things, and they always end up in these boxes. A lot of times the movements are riveted together. Some of these are screwed. Most of these are Ingersolls, it looks like. Wrist clocks and Ingersolls is what most of this is. So again, it's randomness. Alright. RG Dunn. Don't know that I've ever heard of that brand either. So some of these boxes are early. Oh, here we go. And some more. It's got boxes. There's a Yankee Ingersoll. Must have been an Ingersoll dealer. Elgin. Some more Elgin parts watches that somebody's taken apart. But again, a cool box. There's a Linux, another one. It's a cool box. Let's see. More just pieces with the box I want. Yes, they had all the care instructions. And to me, that's pretty cool, having a box like that. Not to mess with that one. Now that's a railroad grade Elgin dial. That one we'll keep separate. That's not parts. Fit right mainsprings, and it appears to be A pile full of movements, pieces. Elgin, 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 Elgin. It's all Elgin. You might have to soak that, but even then, the little container, it's kind of neat. Alright, here's the big box for the big bin. Don't know that I've ever seen a box for one. Oh. This is kind of neat. It's an enameled clock. It's sort of in pieces in here for some reason. Okay, so this one's unique. Don't know how acceptable it is nowadays, but that one's pretty neat. That one I might have to put back together. That's a Waterbury out of Connecticut. It's losing a lot of its enamel. Losing more of it every time I fiddle with it. Looks like it's popped a mainspring. But I think I might be able to put that one back together. We'll leave that one in its box. Put it back over there. So, I found one so far that I think is pretty neat. Alright. Little doll hanging out there. Not sure what it's something woven. Old Christmas card box. More clock stuff that would appear. Some kind of little see-through movement. Baby bin. So, this is a baby bin somebody's taking apart. Pieces of that. Just a little baby bin that somebody pulled apart. I'm not sure what that is. Be nice if that had a gold nib on it. That would make... Nope. None at all. Oh well. It's another box. Inside. Looks like a random... How about some Laxico tablets? What's in there? Alright, that's a little better. That's a little better. Who's this made by? Tempest? Another one I've never heard of. We'll put that down in there. Somebody had used a lot of laxative, it would appear. And that's a normal. There's another one of those normals. Never heard of it before. Got the hairspring out of that one for some reason. I'd say the balance is bad. Another Westclox box. And then that one is for Westclox. Nope. Got a bunch of crowns and buckles and winding stems and just a hodgepodge of stuff, it looks like. Up there. Whatever Polson was. Is that something that? Drive wheels for something. There's that Swarthchild and Company. With another little tin in it. And inside that little tin, hopefully there's another little tin. Nope, a couple crowns. I can't tell what they're for. Nope, just unmarked. Generic crowns. For something, I'm sure. Okay, we'll go back in there. Some kind of gear. Timex movement. Only type of watch I've seen or found so far. Don't remember what that's for, but it's got a purpose. Empty, empty. Ocean. There's the lid for that one. There's something in there. Just little pieces. Little pieces. There's a case and a band wrapped around this one, but I don't know what's in it. It says the culture on the front, but I doubt that's what it. Well, huh. That is what that is. Huh. Alright, so this may have panned out even better. There is a what appears to be a 40s Le Coultre. That's pretty cool. And that's a man's watch. It's not a. It's small, but it's not a woman's watch. I'd like to get this out of here. Alright. Ooh, good movement, good balance. Alright. That's pretty nifty. There is a 40s. Now they got parts taken off of it for some reason. But there. See if I can get it to. Well, it's not going to zoom. Anyway, there in this pile of stuff is a 1940s Le Coultre, 14 karat gold. So, just between these, I definitely, this has definitely been a beneficial box of stuff. I'll put that back in there. Put that on there. So that means that there is 14 karat as well as the back is, so the case is going to be as well. We'll put that all back together. So out of that, 40s, I would say 40s, maybe 30s, upholstery hidden there. So that's pretty cool. Let's set that over there. That's empty, that's empty. Perfect. Elgin. Okay, and I think because I did find that in this box that I am going to keep pretty much what's in here together, just in case there's something in there I need for that Jaeger. Alright. Move on to the next candy box. It's got 100% liquid centers. Oh, okay. Here we go. That's some wristwatches finally. That's a pre-Timex, so it's still U.S. time, Ingraham. There's a wire lug. I knew there'd be one in here somewhere. I like the earlier turn of the century watches. Timex. There was a time that people paid to have a Timex fixed. Okay. Let's see, nothing crazy. No. There's another normal. No, that's Montauk. It's got a good balance in it. Let's see what's in here. Mainspring and stuff out of something. Not sure why. Tacky lapel type watch. Can't see what that is. It's not marked. Some cheaper stuff. Nothing. Alright, so random pieces of just stuff. Grand. Never heard of that one either. No, there's a lot of these I've never heard of. And I'd say I've been playing with watches a long time. I do like that case though. I may have to try to find the movement to go in there. I wish the other band was there because it's got a unique kind of clasp for getting them wire lugs. Get a band attached to the wire lug. Alright. Put that one back. Here's the next one from Dutch Masters. What's in here? Oop. Wah, wah, wah. That's probably 925. That's sterling. Yep, that's sterling. So a little sterling band, woman's band. Nothing. That should be a magnifying glass that's seen much better days. Goods. Probably part of a clock movement. There's still a piece of silver in here, so that's okay. Okay. Looks like more Christmas cards and parts falling out of it every time I move it. And let's see what we got here. I think these are possibly movement holders. I think that's what them are. There's two of them, or they go onto the press. Alright, some little screws. US Standard. Hampton, Staffs and Jewels. Water pump seal. I don't think that's... Hopefully that's not what's still in here. Well, we're going to be able to see what's in here. Nope, that one ain't going to open. Maybe, let me see. Don't give up that easy. Could be the... Alright. And then we'll get it open. Of course, more pieces. Standard. That was a decent watch, whatever it was. That was a Secura. That's a pretty good brand. Alright, and a license plate tag. Nothing crazy, but nothing disappointing either. Alright. Still picking random pieces up off the bottom here. I got this blue ribbon box. And inside here is a pendant set sleeve wrench. Don't know what that's for either. Some kind of little box. Some mirror. Nice style. Alright. It's like a bunch of the old school leather bands. Bunch of them, it looks like. The buckles are kind of cool. I'll reuse some of them. Watch case. Empty watch case. Needs cleaning. Bad balance. Must have talked them out of fixing them and just sold them something new. That one we might want to look closer at. Sheffield. Gallant. I've heard of that one too. Don't know what that one was. Like I say, there's gauges for everything so you can pick the right spring bar. Sheffield. Gallant. Don't know that I've ever heard of that one. And what is this one? Okay. Some randomness. There's one here. I think this is a sterling silver case. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that actually screwed off there. What is that made by? Yep, well, it's sterling. I'm not sure. That one I'll have to look at closer later too. Alright folks, I know you've been hanging in here and this has been a long drawn out process, but we're down to the last box and we have went through everything that's been in this thing. There's been a lot of cool stuff, but one really cool in particular. Uh-oh, don't feel like there's much in it. Stuff falling off of it. It's an old Henry Strauss company. Well, some kind of little lucite. Some kind of little lucite clock was in here. The movement's been totally taken apart. Little watch case. Just empty. That would have been neat if it wasn't missing everything. With the whole movement in pieces. So, laying down over here in the bottom. More Timex styles. Timex style. Leather snap off something. Timex. Timex. Elgin. And a couple drive gears. Alright, well that's what we found in this big old trunk of miscellaneous parts and pieces. There's a lot here, a lot of pocket watch parts that I'm sure somebody out there can use. They don't tend to be my thing, but I will pass them on to somebody else. Anybody out there seen something that I pulled through here, you know, whether it be piles of dials or watch parts or pocket watch parts or anything, you seen something here or even one of those watch boxes, reach out, drop a comment below, I'll get back with you. I'll pass in any of this along at a great deal to somebody out there if they want it. But I do appreciate you stopping by and seeing me today. Stay tuned. I am still working on the Hobart Welder video, but run into a little issue and had some other stuff come up. But I'll get back to that soon, and we'll get to see if we can get that to run. But my name's Jarvis. This is Itsnotjunktv. I do appreciate you stopping by, and until the next one, I'll see you then.